Right, guys, so I am back with another video, and I'm gonna be talking about this one particular couple that we continue to see in the next batch of episodes of this Love is Blind, which I was about to say Ben and Sarah, which Ben and Sarah, that was kind of dramatic, but I don't know if it was like, I don't think it was, it's like it made it like one of the biggest seasons, like season 5, season 6, or season 1. But I'm gonna talk about only Lauren and David today, and just this whole situation with like Lauren having like a situation type friendship situationship before coming on the show. And honestly, something is just not sitting right with me about Lauren, but I honestly don't think like it gets to a big deal. But something is just not sitting right with me with this whole situation. Also, long story short, like these episodes, they are like really boring. Like I don't think this might be one of my worst seasons along with season 3 and season 7. But these might be one of my worst seasons because I don't see any context. Like I don't think there's going to be a memorable character on my TV screen that I see. Like I don't think there is going to be anybody memorable, and honestly, like they just really did not show out like the interesting people. Like also Vanessa and Adam were also like a match, and apparently I heard that like from Vanessa's mom. Vanessa was someone who was also on the cast. She wasn't on the main cast, but she was like the one with like the, cute curly hair. She's, I think she was like light skin. Yeah, her name was Vanessa, and I think she matched with Adam. And you could like see Vanessa in the backgrounds. Also, my name is Vanessa, so it's like twinsies, but you could kind of see her in the background. You could see this woman in the background, like just on your TV screens. Like if you watched like the pods episodes, you will see her like talking in the background. You will see her kind of like engaging with people in the background and just, making a conversation with people. But for me, her mom was speaking on a podcast, and her mom was talking about how like she did not get like her daughter Vanessa. She wasn't able to attend the podcast because she was not able to get seen. Like, oh no, she signed an NDA, so she wasn't able to like speak on any podcast. But Vanessa, she was a person who was like in the background. She was a person who was like known to be in the background of this episode, and she was talking with people, and she never got shown. And apparently, allegedly, like she had a connection with Adam, and Adam was like kind of waiting to get engaged, and I think they like kind of met outside in the real world. Kind of like a similar situation with like Madison and Alex, but basically Vanessa and Adam had met outside in the real world, and basically they kind of broke up in the real world, and like it was just this big whole dramatic thing. And I think they did go on vacation, they just didn't get engaged or something, and they just didn't show them. And so I feel like that this season is like, it's the white season. Like even like the couple that I usually do talk about mostly couples like this on my channel than black couples, because usually like a lot of like sometimes there's only like one black couple in every season. So even season 7 had lots of black couples, but it was like, it was more diverse. But the season like just did not stand out to me. Like it didn't stand out to me. And so it's the same with season 8. Like it's not standing out to me. There's really just no juice being involved, and nothing big is happening yet. But I am still a little bit optimistic that we will see some big scenes like on next week episodes. Like we might see, we might see some big scenes next week episodes on the 28th. We might see the weddings, and the weddings might be dramatic. We might see some dramatic weddings. We will also see some like dramatic get-togethers and just dramatic like couples retreats. So I think it will be dramatic, but I don't know if they still have a chance to be like one of the top rating seasons, like what happened to season 6. And season 6 wasn't really one of my favorite seasons because I feel like it was a little bit of fake, but I don't think this Love is Blind season has a chance to be up there with like the good dramatic seasons like season 4 or season 1. Like, I just don't think this season has a chance to like have a high rating. I think Vanessa and Lachey shot themselves in the foot when it came to this season. So anyways, I'm gonna still keep watching this show though. But anyways, now on to Lauren and David. Or Lauren and Dave. On to Lauren and Dave. So Lauren is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful woman. But I honestly just don't think that Dave is attracted to Lauren. Like, I just don't see any chemistry between them. I mean, I do see them talking, like, just the way how he made a mean comment about her hair and on vacation. It's just a lot. Like, you do not obviously like this woman. Like, you don't, like, you really just don't like this woman. I don't know how to put it, but he really does not like this woman at all. Like, just at all. Like, there's just not a chance where I see them getting married at the altar. There's no chance where I see Dave saying I do. So anyways, I'm gonna be talking about the scene where it actually gets dramatic, where Dave is bringing up like, I think how he knows some of like Lauren's friends and stuff like that. And, you know, he's bringing up a lot of like, it starts to get kind of like a little bit sketchy on the vacation. And then you have Lauren bring Dave to like, I think a cycling class. And then you have Lauren's 2 friends, like, I believe fitting for her, being like, yeah, no, like, she had nothing serious. You also had Lauren's friends asking Dave, like, have you flirted with anybody in the bar prior to this show? And he was like, yeah. And then the girls were just like, Lauren's friends were just like, you know what? Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing. And so for me, I'm just like, if Lauren had like a situationship/friendship and she quote unquote claims that she did not have sex with this person prior to going on the show. Now, if she has sex with the person prior to going on the show, then honestly, I could see where he is coming from. Then that shows like Lauren is not ready for marriage. But I honestly don't believe any of them. I don't believe Lauren, and I also don't believe Dave. I mean, Lauren is saying like, yeah, you know, nothing happened, like, I swear. But honestly, like, some liars can seem like true tellers. Like, some liars could make it seem like they're telling the truth because they are a good liar. Like, they are a good liar. And so for me, I honestly just think that Lauren is a good liar. I honestly, and I know y'all gonna tear me down when y'all watching this, but for me, it's kind of just like, I don't believe that like whatever Lauren is saying, like, she's absolutely right. Because even when her friends were in the cycling room with her and Dave, her friends were just like, okay, what's wrong? Like, do you need anything more to tell? Like, when Lauren was speaking in the cycling room, it seems as though there was more for Lauren to say. Like, there was more that needed to get out in Lauren's mouth. Like, I feel like that every single time Lauren was speaking, the full truth was just not coming out. And so when they get into the kitchen, Dave is still pressed. Like, he's just like, so how come prior to the show, like just you kind of like seeing someone prior to the show, it doesn't really make me see that you're ready for marriage, which I kind of do see where Dave is coming from, because he's probably like trying to be serious about this show. And so for me, I'm just like, I mean, if I'm on a show and I see that like, if I'm on a show and I see that like my fiance or like my soon to be husband like had a situationship/friendship with another girl prior to the show and it wasn't really nothing, I don't know. I think I could get past that. I think I would be able to get past that and just be like, okay, none of this could happen ever again. Like, I would be able to get past that. Like, I would have to like kind of like talk it out if I'm even in a calm state, because I mean, I'm not the type of person that be like experiencing this stuff, but I mean, if I was a person to kind of like see what went down, I don't know, like for me, then Dave says like he has a friend that was saying like, you know, the guy that Lauren was with, like, kind of like did more, like, I don't know, you had then Dave's friend like making him not believe Lauren. And so this is just so confusing. But even if Lauren is telling the truth, why are you so pressed about a guy that she was with in a situationship 48 hours prior to the show? And it doesn't mean that she's not ready for marriage. It's like, I feel like that all it is just that it's just her, like she was dating around, and I don't know, she just happened to. I think, but honestly, I just don't think it was really loyal for Lauren to be with somebody 48 hours prior to the show, or have a situationship with someone 48 hours prior to the show, if you knew that you were going to be potentially finding somebody on the show and potentially marrying this person on the show. Like, if I know that I'm going on Love is Blind in 48 hours and I have a situation. Sorry, y'all. So basically, I kind of have to end this video short. But long story short, I don't think it was very loyal for Lauren to have a connection with somebody 48 hours prior to the show if you knew you were going to be potentially marrying someone on Love is Blind. Like, if you knew you were going to be potentially marrying someone on Love is Blind, I don't think it was very loyal for you to connect with someone prior to going on the show. Like, for me, I think that's foul, and I see where Dave is coming from. Like, Dave is kind of thinking, like, is this woman then very genuine? But then also, like, Dave, why are you getting so pressed about it? Like, why aren't you able to kind of calm yourself down? And it's like, it's almost as if Dave is pushing all this nonsense on Lauren. Like, basically, Dave is out to make Lauren deal with this situation by herself. Like, this woman got to deal with this situation by herself, and I feel like that is very narcissist, and I think that they should just both break up. But I feel like that Lauren and Dave, I keep on saying Dave, but I feel like that Lauren and Dave are both in the wrong for this, simply because of the fact that it's like, y'all know that since this situation is blowing up in your face, y'all know that y'all are just not compatible for each other. Like, y'all just both know y'all are not compatible for each other. And I feel like that this is just a toxic couple. And I know Lauren and Dave does make it to the altar, but for me, I'm just like, why are y'all still here when this situation blew up in your face? And Lauren, like, you saw the way how dismissive Dave was to you when you were grieving and you were struggling with this whole situation just blowing up in this experiment. Like, Lauren, why are you still with this toxic man? Also, the first thing when you came into the pods, Dave was like, oh, so you're unattractive. Why are you still with this man? Why are you still with this man? I feel like that Dave is just a very toxic person. And I think Lauren just likes that. I think Lauren just attracts herself to toxic men. That's how I'm going to put it. And I'm just like, Lauren, you are too nice to be treated like this. Like, if you know this man is not taking your word, and I saw a thread and it said, oh, so basically Dave would rather believe his friend than his fiance. If you're going to believe your friend than your fiance, then why are you trying to get married? Then that just shows like you're not going to be a real husband, because you're always going to trust someone else's word than your word, like than your fiance's word or your wife's word. Like, to me, it's just very toxic. And this scene made me glad of why I'm still single. Like, I'm so glad I'm single, because the way how I know all these couples are about to fall apart just from just from me DMing Storytime with Ricky, and also just from me literally looking up all the marriage licenses. Like, I already know what's gonna happen. And so for me, I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm single, because I would never want a man to gaslight me like this. Like, I would never want a man to gaslight me like this and not care for me. And I've seen it so many times. Like, I've seen it literally, I see all these and I'm like, I wonder if Minnesota dating is kind of like the Northeast dating. But for me, Dave is very toxic. Dave is just a narcissist. He's extremely toxic. And you're not gonna at least try to work through this. And like for example, with Milton knew that Lydia knew Uche prior to going on the show. Like, she had a situation with Uche prior to going on the show, but he ignored all that drama that was going around, and he still married this woman. And I think Dave just just gives the complete opposite. He gives the complete opposite. Like, Dave is a very narcissist man, and if he ever does get into a relationship, y'all gotta run away. Like, y'all gotta run away from this man, Dave, because this man is extremely just super sorry, y'all, but this man is just extremely toxic. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, y'all, like, Lauren, do you not see how bad this man is? Like, do you not see how manipulative this man is going to treat you? Even if y'all do get married, y'all, like, do you not know the type of marriage you're going to be in? Like, are you not seeing what I'm seeing? It's giving that Lauren wants to be abused. Like, this woman just wants to be abused. She wants to be abused. She wants to be manipulated. And I'm like, you know what? Go for it. Like, you're the Ashley for this season, like from last season. Like, that's what it's giving. And I just think that Lauren, she is just not someone who stands on business. She is not somebody like Lauren. Know your worth better, Lauren. You need to go and know your worth better. Like, you do not know your worth. I think Lauren is completely someone who just does not know her worth. But I also feel bad for this woman. I feel bad for Lauren. I hope she finds better in the outside world. Like, I really hope she finds better in the outside world. Anyways, I have to end this video short because honestly my ADHD led me to making a video at like I say in the afternoon. I could have just made this video in the morning, but I literally just could not make it in the morning. I don't know why. I just did not record this one because also the episodes were boring, so I wasn't really motivated to like make a video on this show. Like, this season is kind of boring. But yeah, no, unfortunately, I got other stuff that I have to do, so I cannot stay with y'all long. I was going to go for 30 minutes and talk and literally dissect this whole situation, this whole situation with Lauren's situationship parts of the show. But I'm honestly just make a separate video about Lauren and Dave, and I'm also going to make a separate video about Sarah and Ben as well, because Sarah and Ben, they are a really good couple. And that girl from TikTok who was complaining, crying about Ben when she was only with him for like 10 seconds, and I don't know, it was just dramatic. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.